as many hits as you would think for a 17-9 final score, as the Berries got 17 runs on just 15 hits. Cactus Rats 9 runs on 12 hits. It could have been a lot more lopsided, but the Berries left 12 runners on base, and up until about the 7th inning, it looked like there was a legitimate shot for the home side to come away with the win. But the Berries, after a rough start that saw them fall behind 6-0 in the first, chipped and clawed their way back into the game. Eventually a 6-run 7th inning of their own would be what won the game, and then they just tack on 5 more runs over the course of the 8th and 9th innings. A grand slam hit in the 9th inning was what basically put it out of reach. That grand slam coming off the bat of Nash Nichols, who is getting the start as well today in the number 9 spot for the Berries. We'll get to their hitting order in a moment, but the starting pitchers, both number 33s on their respective teams for today's game. It'll be Zachary Landerville going up against Mitchell Britton in this duel of threes wild, as I would like to call it. They're announcing the fielding lineup for the Cactus Rats. It will be Carson Burnett at first base, newcomer Darlin de Los Angeles at second, David Simmons at third base, Kawanishi shortstop, and then out in the outfield you got from right to left Caden Allen, Stephen Furman, and Haruta Endo. Behind the plate is Casey Pritchak. Here's the national anthem. As we take a look at the starting pitcher for the Cactus Rats, Mitchell Britton, most of his appearances so far this season have been relief appearances. Actually, all of them have. He has not pitched more than an inning and a third in any of his outings, and that inning and a third came on July 14th. That was against Swift Current 57s. He then also did pitch 2/3 of an inning against the Moose Jaw Miller Express on that same road trip. For the season, he's only allowed 5 runs, all earned on 4 hits, and an even strikeout to walk ratio, 7 apiece. He'll get the start here against a Berries lineup that took a few innings to wake up yesterday, but when they woke up, they were every bit as potent as their second place in the East Division standings suggests. Laird and Murdoch unchanged, although Murdoch was DHing last night. He's in left today. Gail Salinas moves up to the 3 spot, as do Roel and Houston. They move up a spot each. Behind the plate today, Aiden Marion. And then Stinson and Cote come in, and as mentioned, Nash Nichols remains batting 9th. He hit the grand slam in the top of the 9th inning that effectively put the game out of reach. If there had been any doubt that the Berries might not come away with the win in that game. Brock Laird will get things started. And Laird also had a good night at the dish. Like with everybody else, it took a little bit for him to fully wake up, but his bat came alive later on in the game. He'll be the first one to go up against Mitchell Britton. Barry's wearing the baby blue uniforms today instead of the purple alternates they had last night. And the Cactus Rats, instead of the alternates, go back to the home whites, looking for a little bit of magic out of them. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. We are underway from Energy City Metro Ballpark, and that pitch misses for ball one. Britton, again, his first start, and having trouble here in the early going as that pitch misses well upstairs for ball two. Laird on the season comes in today batting .341, slugging over 850, OPS over 850. As he fouls off that pitch, the count goes to 2-1 in last night's game. Laird, we mentioned, got on base 4 times. Over the course of the game, he had scored twice. Here's the 2-1 offering on the way from Britton. It is just off the plate inside. A good take by Laird, and the count goes to 3-1. Britton would like to get out here, not have to deal with traffic right off the hop, and he does induce a swing and a foul off on that pitch to run the count full. Right behind Laird is Ethan Murdoch, who didn't have as many times getting on base as Laird, but was still impactful in the later innings. Pitch misses downstairs, and Brock Laird is aboard with a walk. So Ethan Murdoch will get the start in left field today. That role yesterday ended up going to Nash Nichols. Nichols today moves over to right as that pitch gets in there for a strike. Murdoch, a .401 average, OPS of 1.188. He has absolutely been lighting it up all season, as have the Berries as a team. We mentioned they are second in the East Division, and it is only by a game now after they won last night. Moose Jaw, who currently leads, had the night off. Count runs to 1-1. So the Berries are in a very tight race for that first seed in the East. They come into today at 29-12. Moose Jaw 30-11. That pitch well inside, 2-1 the count. For the Cactus Rats, they are also in a tight race, but that's also due to the fact that neither Brooks nor Fort McMurray are able to put together too many wins. Cactus Rats holding on to fourth in the West. This one's powered out to right field, and the catch made by Caden Allen. That's the first out of the inning. I'll bring up Gale Salinas. Once again getting the start at second base. He batted fourth in the order yesterday. And gave the Cactus Rats the most trouble out of anyone. They were not able to retire him until the top of the 9th inning. He got on base every single time before that. As he takes that pitch inside for ball 1. So he earns the bump up a spot in the order to the top 3. Looking to get on base, maybe even drive in a run with a deep shot here. 1-0 on the way, and he fouls that one off. Salinas on the season, 409 average, also has the OPS up over 1,000. Lot of good hitting power in this Berries lineup. And that is how they have been so successful, is the strength of their offense. 2-1 the count. Probably the most impressive stat to me is if you look at OPS, if you value that as much as I do, they have 3 different players who have got it north of 1,000. The other one is Mason Roel, who's on deck. That pitch is a strike, 2-2. Two and two the count. Shallow lead off first for Brock Laird. Britton comes set, deals, and it's swung on and missed. Down on strikes is Salinas. That's not something we could say last night, but we say it here as that's the second out of the inning. I'll bring up Mason Roel. Roel. Not as good of a night last night, but did have a pair of crucial hits. 2-run single and a 3-run triple. Starts by falling behind the count 0-1. And for Roel, if you're looking at solely average, 289. So he is more the power type than the get on base any which way type. Involved in a 1-1 count here against Britton. Did he go around the appeal? And he did. 1-2 now, and Britton has a chance to get out of the inning with just the 1 walk. Should the inning continue, Nathan Houston is on deck. Once again, getting the start in the outfield today. Runner goes, and the pitch hits Mason Roel, so the stolen base attempt all for naught as he's going to advance anyway. And so Nathan Houston will get an at-bat here in this top of the first inning. 2 aboard, but 2 outs. Houston with not quite the same lofty OPS as everyone else, but does hit for average as he's got a 352 in that spot.
Big deep, let's go.
Britton gets his look in and now deals, and it's fought off. Foul behind home plate.
What was the pitch before that? Was that a striker ball?
1-1 count.
Sorry, it was a ball. Yeah.
Shallow leads off the bags for both runners aboard. Pitch just misses above the zone. Now this was the issue with the Cactus Rats relievers, especially last night, was the amount of times they allowed free passes to batters through both walks and hit by pitches. Trying to limit that here. Britton deals 2-1 upstairs and just above the zone again. Cannot find the upper half. 3-1. We did not see Aiden Marion last night. He is playing today, and he is on deck currently. Pitch on the way is popped up, and this may do it for the inning as Carson Burnett comes in battling the sun, and he makes the catch for the third out. Barry strand a pair, and we will go to the bottom of the first still with no score.
This July, the Okotoks Dogs and Baseball Canada will host the Road to Okotoks and the Morneau Cup National Championship at the Siemens Stadium Complex from July 14th to 19th. Come watch the top 16 youth baseball teams from across the country. These are the future stars of Canadian baseball, tomorrow's collegiate standouts and professional players, all chasing a national championship. Don't miss a week of elite competition, unforgettable moments, and the future of Canadian baseball in Okotoks.
We go to the bottom of the first. Nothing in the top of the first to be found in the way of hits and runs. And we'll get a look at the starting pitcher for the Saskatoon Berries, Zachary Landerville, making his third start of the season. The first start did not go his way against Okotoks on July 8th, tagged for 6 earned runs, 6 runs all earned on 8 hits in just 2 innings. Last outing was against Lethbridge, and he pitched 4 1/3, giving up 4 runs, 3 earned on 6 hits. Good strikeout to walk ratio of 7-3. And just looking for more progress like he was in his last outing against Lethbridge. He'll face top 3 in the order. David Simmons leading things off with a swing and a miss for strike 1. Simmons fresh off a home run derby victory at the All-Star weekend in Saskatoon. And his first plate appearance last night, tripled, was just the 3rd Cactus Rat on the season to knock a triple. 1-1 the count. As Landerville comes set, deals, and that one's fought off. Simmons falls behind 1-2. Simmons a .272 average, .817 OPS on the season, trying to get aboard here to lead things off. The 1-2 from Landerville is popped up. It's tracing over towards foul ground. Are they going to be able to make the play? No, they are not, as that falls in sort of a Bermuda triangle. Nichols gave it a good look, as did his teammates. Stinson coming all the way from first base, unable to make a play on it either. Fell in foul territory, so it'll be another 1-2 count upcoming. As Simmons steps back into the box And Landerville deals, and this one is powered out to left center field. This is going to be down for a base hit. Right in front of the left fielder for today, Ethan Murdoch, and Simmons in consecutive games has led things off with a base hit. Only of the single base variety today, but he's aboard nonetheless. We did not see Haruta Endo last night, and he will be in the lineup here batting second. As the first pitch gets by, that will allow Simmons to advance. So now he's in scoring position on the wild pitch. Endo getting the start in left field. Hasn't had a great season at this point, just a 167 average. But always time to turn things around while we're still in July. He's ahead in the count here, 1-0. Runner in scoring position following the wild pitch. Landerville comes set, deals, and misses just outside the zone. Carson Burnett is on deck, and he had a decent game last night as well. Getting the start at first base. Burnett has really been playing solid ball over the last couple weeks. Swing and a miss on that pitch from Endo. And the count goes to 2-1. Endo has just 2 RBIs on the season. He has had an extra base hit, that being a double. Would love one here. Shows bunt instead, and this one's a perfect one up the third base line. The throw to first, not in time. You couldn't put a bunt down better than that. Haruta Endo gets aboard with an infield base hit. The Cactus Rats are in business to start. Back-to-back singles. Endo's is of the infield variety as he just laid that down perfectly. It stayed on the fair side of the line. And now Burnett will have a chance to drive in at least a run. Shallow leadoff first for Endo, not going, and the pitch is swung on and missed by the starting first baseman. Burnett on the season just 200 average, but 672 OPS, and more importantly, he has 15 RBIs. They'll chase Endo back to the bag at first. Landerville, Gunset deals. That one is fouled off, and quickly behind 0-2 is Burnett, who hit into a fielder's choice, especially in the bottom of the 5th inning. And that bottom of the 5th was a big one for the Cactus Rats to stabilize the Tide after Saskatoon started to really push back. 0-2 on the way. This one's on the ground and through for a base hit. Is unable to get to that as Salinas. Run's going to score. Cactus Rats have a 1-0 lead to start. 3 straight base hits. RBI number 16 for Carson Burnett. See if the Cactus Rats can keep the hit parade going, as Steve Furman will be the next batter. Landerville deals and misses. Now, the one thing to keep in mind was that the Cactus Rats did score 6 in the first inning yesterday, and it ended up not being enough, although Saskatoon could have gone out of the inning without allowing anything, but it was an error by Gail Salinas that kind of kicked off a sequence of at-bats that really led in the Cactus Rats' favor. 1-0 count here against Furman, who is
1-0 count, 1-0 count.
Furman last game as he takes the strike 1-1. Last night reached on an error and also had a base hit, stole second in the 7th inning. For the season, average up near 300. Landerville deals. This one's powered out into right center field. It's going to be playable as that'll hang up enough for Nichols. Tagging is Endo. He will get into third safely. And so it's now runners on the corners as the first out of the inning. So I'll bring up the designated hitter for the Cactus Rats, Luke Wilson. Now, this is the guy that the Cactus Rats want in this spot as he is swinging hot bat. 373 average on the season, which pretty well leads the team. And 956 OPS. We'll see if he can drive in a run here. It's first and third, 1 out. This one's popped up, and it will be scoop grabbed by the third baseman, Mason Rowell, for the second out. So now there's 2 away. Caden Allen, though, will be the next batter, and Allen went 3 for 4 in last night's game. Just refused to go down quietly at all, and he hit a home run to boot. It was a solo home run that came in later in the game. Stolen base on the part of Burnett. He's into second. Meanwhile, 1-0 count on Allen, who would love to continue the momentum he built up last night. Fouls that off, 1-1. Endo at third and Burnett at second. 2 runners are in scoring position. The Cactus Rats looking to drive them in, and already 1 run has come across in this inning. Should it continue, Dan Kawanishi is on deck. Landerville comes set, and after a couple glances, deals the 1-1 upstairs and well out of the zone. It's funny when you look at the stats for a player, if they've only played 1 game, yet that 1 game is lights out, because the average, the OPS, the everything is just through the roof statistically, numerically for Allen as he jumps ahead 3-1. See if he can get aboard either through a walk or a base hit. Landerville looking for a third out, deals. And that's pop foul to the screen. The count runs full. Beautiful day weather-wise here at the ballpark. 28 degrees, not overly humid, and very few clouds in the sky. Landerville Looks in and deals. 3-2. Swung on and foul tipped right into the glove. That's the third out of the inning. So a couple runners stranded in scoring position, but for the second straight evening, the Cactus Rats jump out to a lead after one full inning. They lead 1-0. We go to the top of the second.
Have you ever wondered if there's one thing that connects people from across our province? Something that connects the coffee shop to the spray park, or the brewery to the rodeo, the campground to the sports field. It's pretty amazing when you think about how it's all connected, because it truly is. And it's all we think about, so you don't have to.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
Yo, Dustin, you going?
Yes.
Can I join you guys? All right, let's go.
Whether it's on the ice or on our app, always play for the fun of the game. Gamble responsibly with Play Alberta.
We go to the top of the second. It's a 1-0 lead for the home side Cactus Rats here at Energy City Metro Ballpark. Beautiful day for baseball. 6, 7, and 8 in the order for the Berries in this inning, and all three are players we did not see last night. They'll get some at-bats and fielding in today. They'll be led off by Aiden Marion, who takes pitch for a strike. Marion starting behind the dish tonight. That was Gavin Panks' job last night, and Panks did get a little banged up, so presumably they're just giving him a day off to kind of recover from that outing. Pitch is taken outside for ball one, 1-1 the count. Marion, a decent season of his own, 271 average and 777 OPS. A little bit of a lucky number there, 777. All the signs that I've been seeing today have been indicating good luck, but has not felt that way. The coffee that I got from McDonald's earlier had the order number 649. But it's been an average day. It has not been exceptionally lucky, although the Cactus Rats will feel lucky with that as it's grounded right to Simmons at third. It'll go across to first for the first out of the inning. One away, and that will bring up the first baseman, Nick Stinson. See the nice scoop and throw there from Simmons as Stinson steps into the batter's box and takes pitch down low for ball one. Stinson a 290 average and 774 OPS on the season. Pitch misses inside, and the count runs to 2-0. For Stinson, this is more the average. He has appeared in a lot of the team's games, so last night presumably was his day off as the count runs to 3-0. playing as early as the first couple of games of the season against Weyburn, and then even playing in the final game before All-Star Weekend at Medicine Hat. And he'll take a 4-pitch walk here. Looks like a night off is all he needed, and he's aboard on his first at-bat of the game. Nick Cote is the designated hitter tonight. Familiar face that we have seen in the WCBL in recent seasons. He will be batting 8th in the lineup today. First pitch on the way from Britton is in there for a strike. Cote batting just .229 with a .630 OPS. He's got a runner aboard here with 1 out. Takes another pitch, and Britton now finding the zone, jumps ahead with a smooth start to this at bat, 0-2. Nash Nichols on deck. Once again batting 9th and playing in the outfield today. Effectively, he ended the game last night as this one is fouled off. Cote just gets a piece. Now, we were talking about, before the game, the difference between Edmonton and Saskatoon. And if I were to pick any one person to ask about the comparisons, it would be Maris Bronze, who has played for both teams. This one's powered into left field. That's a base hit. That's the first hit of the game for the Saskatoon Berries. It comes off the bat of Nick Cote. They have a couple aboard here with 1 out. I'll set the stage for Nichols, who last night hit that grand slam that pretty well sealed the deal. He's got first and second here. It's Stinson at second and Cote at first. First pitch is clubbed on the ground, foul. And Nichols, 210 average, 754 OPS. Maris Bronze played for the then prospects earlier on in the 2020s. He was on the 2022 roster, and then a couple of years later came back as a member of the Saskatoon Berries when they played in the Capital Region against the prospects. And not often do I explicitly seek out a player, as they really went around 0-2 the count. Not often do I explicitly seek out a specific player to ask about, like, hey, what's it like playing for this team now and welcome back and all that. But I did that for Maris, solely because it's an interesting thing to come back as a member of what was then an expansion team, 2024, the Berries' first season in the WCBL. This one's smoked on the ground, over to short. Kawanishi the flip to second. They get the out. They won't be able to get the inning-ending double play, but that is the second out of the inning nevertheless, and they will take it. 6-4 on the putout. And then I'll bring up Brock Laird, who drew a walk to lead things off last inning. He's got first and third, but 2 outs here in the top of the second. The Berries had a similar situation last inning and could not cash in. Britton deals the first pitch in the dirt for ball 1. But that must be one of the best experiences in any sports league, is getting to first play for a given franchise and then come back as a member of an expansion team, because you're getting the best of both worlds. You're getting the best of a team that's been around for a while and team that's just starting out, just trying to find their way in the league. 1-1 count now, as Britain found the bottom of the zone. Should the inning continue, Murdoch is on deck. He flew out his last time up. It was really a huge honor, though, as the count goes to 1-2. Really a huge honor to get to speak to an actual player about the experience of established franchise and expansion franchise. And the Berries have only gotten better in the couple of years that have followed. 1-2 count. 2 outs here. Britain trying to complete another clean frame. As he comes set, deals, and below the zone, 2-2. We saw last night, Brock Laird is a tough out to get. They're looking to get one right here. 2-2, 2 aboard, 2 outs. 2s are wild. We're in the second inning. Runner takes off, pitches down low, and they will let Nichols get into second, uncontested. Full count now. So now it's 2 runners in scoring position. Cactus Rats had something similar in the bottom of the first. Weren't able to get any more than the 1 run that they have currently. Britain looking to deliver to the same for Saskatoon as it's powered out. And just beyond the leap of Dan Kawanishi, that will score 2. 2-run single, Brock Laird. He's a tough out to get. And he gives his team the lead. So now Murdoch with his team leading 2-1. Will have an at bat, and the ball gets away on the first pitch. That'll allow Laird to advance to second. Wild pitch, I think. For Laird, by the way, RBI is 35 and 36. That's another area that just shows how potent the Berries offense has been on the season as the count goes to 1-1. Their RBI leader is Ethan Murdoch, who is currently at bat. He has over 50 RBIs, 51, and we are not even at the end of July yet. They'll golf this one out to left center field. This is going back, and it is gone. Well, he's going to add to his RBI total with a couple more. Ethan Murdoch goes yard out to left, and the Berries have a 4-1 lead. Back-to-back 2-run knocks for Saskatoon. 2-run base hit by Brock Laird, 2-run home run Ethan Murdoch. And that'll bring up Gale Salinas, who struck out his last time up. 4 runs are in here in the top of the second. It's exactly what we were mentioning. You can score runs in the first inning, take the lead all you want, but against Saskatoon, it's just not going to be enough to hold up. 1-0 the count on Salinas. Salinas hits that on the ground. This will be scooped up by Kawanishi. Throw to first is in time. That'll end the inning, but damage has been done by Saskatoon. They get 4 across, a home run, a 2-run single, and just like that, they have a 3-run lead as we go to the bottom of the second.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
Yo, Dustin, you a goalie?
Yes.
Can I join you guys? All right, let's go.
Here in the bottom of the second as Saskatoon explodes for 4 runs in the top half of the inning. 7, 8, and 9 in the order for Energy City will be due up here in the second. So that'll be led off by Dan Kawanishi, the starting shortstop for today's game. Kawanishi, one of the constants throughout this Cactus Rats season, has seen a lot of players appear. Some have come, some have gone. He's one of the ones that has just stayed right through it all. Zach Landerville gave up 3 hits and 1 run in that bottom of the first. He'll look for a better second inning as the first pitch to Kawanishi misses upstairs. Kawanishi, 278 average. He's gone 800 OPS, 800 even. That is not rounded. 1-0 on the way from Landerville is outside. Kawanishi has a good eye right here as he jumps ahead 2-0. Kawanishi, 18 walks on the season, does lead the team. He'll take that pitch for a strike. So if you want anybody who has got the best eye on the team, it would be this guy. Still ahead in the count, 2-1 as Landerville comes set, deals, and gets the swing and a miss to even things up. Couple of newcomers are following Kawanishi here in this inning. Darlin de Los Angeles and Casey Prychak are batting 8th and 9th respectively as Kawanishi fouls that pitch off. Only had one quote-unquote newcomer in the lineup last night for the Cactus Rats, and that was Caden Allen, but boy did he make a good first impression. Pitch is fouled off again. Kawanishi putting up a battle here. So maybe the magic that Caden Allen had last night will get into the bats of De Los Angeles and Prychak. Landerville, the last couple of at-bats he's had to deal with against the Cactus Rats have been tough. This one's going to continue. We'll see at least an 8th pitch after he threw 6 to Allen to get the strikeout. That ended the bottom of the first. That might be the key to success here for the Cactus Rats. Just try to get to the Barry's bullpen. Pitch is taken upstairs and the count runs full. Well, something's got to give here. Pitch number 9 on the way. It's a full count on Kawanishi. Landerville deals. Strike 3 called, and down on strikes is Kawanishi, but not without a battle. That's the second strikeout for Landerville. There's one away. Darlin de Los Angeles is starting at second base in this game. He'll be the number 8 batter in the order and takes the first pitch for ball. It's interesting, with a name that long, it is kind of hard to come up with a nickname, as that pitch is taken for a strike. And apparently the name that his teammates and billet families use to cheer him on is just simply Boo Boo. I do like that. I do like simplicity. As he rattles that one on the infield, the throw to first is just in time by a hair. He almost had an infield hit there, but a good throw from Roel puts him out as we see this. This one just trickled out in front of home plate. That was not Roel, actually. That was the catcher, Marion, who just gets the throw there in time. There's 2 away. 2-3 on the putout. And so now Casey Prechak will swing and miss. Yeah, that was the catcher. I thought it was third baseman too at first. 0-1 the count here as Prechak getting his first at bat, fouls the pitch off and falls behind 0-2. Top of the order is on deck. All 3 of the first 3 batters for the Cactus Rats had base hits in that first inning where they plated the first run of the game. Prechak trying to turn the lineup over here. As the pitch on the way from Landerville is chopped down the line, but just a smidge foul. He'll stay alive. Prechak wearing number 19, which we have not seen used too much. Only Brian Leva has worn that this season. He only played 1 game as per the Ball Club's app. Pitches bounced in the dirt. 1-2 the count. So at least he can kind of claim this number and try and really put some magic into it. 1-2 on the way, and this one's powered into right field. 2 guys are going for it. It will be the first baseman recording the out, that being Nick Stinson. 1-2-3 go the Cactus Rats in the second. It'll be a 4-1 score heading to the top of the third.
For more than 40 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
Berries will send up 4, 5, and 6 in the batting order here in the top of the third. 4-run top of the second has given them the lead. It was 2 hits in particular, one being a 2-run single by Brock Laird, the other a 2-run home run by Ethan Murdoch. Mitchell Britton back out there for a third inning of work. He'll get the first pitch over for a strike. The number 4 batter, Mason Rowell, watches that one go by. Rowell, we were mentioning, last night's game had the 2-run single and the 3-run triple, and he's going to get aboard with a base hit here as he powers that one past the dive of Kawanishi. So he's reached base both times he's been up to bat. Nathan Houston popped out to the first baseman Carson Burnett his last time up. Brenton deals this one, smoked right at Burnett. They have a chance for 2. Did they get the tag? Yes, they did. Perfect tag by Carson Burnett. He snares it on the fly, and it's a double play. 3 unassisted. And there's 2 away just like that. What a play by Carson Burnett. Well, he's certainly being a menace to Nathan Houston tonight, as he has not only recorded both outs on the Barrie center fielder, but the second one is a highlight reel snare for a double play. I'll bring up the number 6 hitter, Aiden Marion. Marion in the last inning recorded a defensive gem himself with the slow roller up the third base line. He managed to fire that off for a ground out just in the nick of time. Second pitch bounces in the dirt, and that will be a 1-1 count now. We didn't have too many defensive gems last night, so this is a little bit of an interesting switch up here. See some good fielding in addition to runs being scored rather than in place of. As the 1-1 on the way will find the zone, and Britton jumps ahead 1-2. Should the inning continue, Nick Stinson on deck. Drew a walk his last time up. Pitch on the way, swung on and missed. Down on strikes. That's the second strikeout for Britton. 1, 2, 3 go the Berries in the top of the third. Still 4-1, we'll go bottom half.
For more than 40 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
I work for the Utes, I work around their social media guy also refs, so I've heard stories. bottom of the third, as that top half went pretty quickly. Mitchell Britton faces the minimum on just 7 pitches. Zach Landerville will go into the third inning with just 1 run allowed on 3 hits. But it'll be right back to the top of the order, and the first 3 batters in the order were the ones that gave Landerville trouble. Singles for all 3. Regular base hit, infield base hit, then RBI base hit. It was how it went. David Simmons will lead things off. Simmons jumps on the first pitch, scooped up by Roel third. Toss across the diamond is in time, and on 1 pitch, Simmons is retired. So Haruta Endo, 1 for 1 infield base hit so far. We'll step into the box with 1 away here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Endo, this is just his 8th game, and he'll pop out to Roel. So 2 pitches, 2 quick outs. This inning is going by lightning fast. Be up to Carson Burnett to try and change that. Between the top and the bottom halves of this inning combined, this is just going to be the 10th pitch. As Burnett takes it down in the dirt for ball 1. Well, it's a good sign for both starting pitchers if after their respective rough innings they're settling in and cruising through these innings. Some old-time baseball there. As Burnett pops this one up into shallow center field, back on the grass, and almost losing track of it, but keeping a glove on it, making the basket catch is Brock Laird. 1, 2, 3, go the Cactus Rats in the inning. We'll go to the top of the 4th. It's still 4-1.
Yo, Dustin, you get going?
Yes.
Can I join you guys? All right, let's go.
Whether it's on the ice or on our app, always play for the fun of the game. Gamble responsibly with Play Alberta.
For more than 40 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
Get ready for the sweetest baseball event in Canada. All the very best players from around the WCBL will be in the very best city for the 2026 All-Star Weekend. Don't be sour. Get your tickets to the summer's biggest baseball event now. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play.
Leading off the top of the 4th inning for the Berries is number 28, Nick Gibson.
Top of the 4th, that was a quick 3rd inning that we had on both sides. 7, 8, and 9 will be up to bat for Saskatoon here in the 4th. Mitchell Britton faced the minimum on just 7 pitches. In the top of the 3rd, he'll start with the pitch that just misses inside for ball 1. Berries, of course, having hosted the All-Star weekend. They're on a pretty decent road trip right now that is going pretty well through Alberta. That one is swung on and missed. They started with 2 games at Medicine Hat. Now, that's usual because Medicine Hat is in the East Division. But then they come up through the Capital Region here, and after this, they got to go on to Fort McMurray for tomorrow, Friday, and then play Sylvan Lake on the weekend. This one over to short. Kawanishi fields it cleanly, but the throw is offline. And so aboard for the second time is Nick Stinson. So I'll bring up Nick Cote. Error charged on the play. Now, this was the point of much debate last night, was how many errors to give out. We eventually figured it out, and it was just 1 per team. But this was what we were talking about last inning, where it wasn't the greatest defensive game all around, as that pitch is taken just inside for ball 1. But in the bottom of the first, alone, you had the definitive error by Gail Salinas that was committed. That ended up being the one that stood. And the other 2 were more into the gray area. So this is why we go through everything after the game, to make sure that everything is double and triple checked, just like your homework before school the next day. 2-0 the count. Because you would rather hand in something that is properly complete, not something that will give you a 70% grade. Two and 1 the count. And of course, all that is talked as metaphorical. Britton trying to get back into the count after falling behind 2-0. Runner taking off. Pitch is in the dirt, so Stinson will get second with ease. Meanwhile, back at home plate, the count is 3-1. Once that pitch hit the dirt, there was no chance they were getting Stinson. So now runner in scoring position for Saskatoon as they try to build on a 4-1 lead. That one will find the zone, and the count runs full. Nash Nichols on deck. Grounded into a fielder's choice last time up. He would come around to score on a 2-run single, as he also stole a base after getting aboard. Here's the full count offering on the way from Britton. They'll be inside for ball 4, so 7 and 8 batters after a night off. Both Knicks are coming through huge. They are aboard for the second time each. First and second with nobody out yet in the top of the 4th. Nash Nichols now shows bunt, and he ended up committing the appeal down to first. He'll be rung up on that one. 0-1 the count. Burnett ahead here as he deals, and now a swing and a foul tip, so 0-2. After Nichols did not pull the bat back on the first pitch, he now falls behind. Britton's still looking for the first out of this 4th inning. Chance to get here. 0-2, here's the pitch. Inside, called strike 3. He finds the corner. 3rd strikeout of the evening for Britton. There's one away. Well, here's one of the difficult ones to get out. Brock Laird, he's got a walk and a single so far, 2 RBIs. Still first and second, but now 1 down. Shallow leads for both runners. This one's powered into left field. That's a base hit. That's going to score at least a run. Long throw comes in from left field, and Brock Laird has his 3rd RBI of the evening, as he hits an RBI double. So Ethan Murdoch, fresh off a 2-run home run back in the 2nd inning, comes up to bat with 2 aboard here in the 4th. 5-1 Saskatoon, as the first pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. Getting back to the road trip tangent, though, that's an 8-gamer. 4 different cities before they finally go back home for a rescheduled game against Medicine Hat that they're tacking on. Monday is supposed to be initially their day off. This one's fouled away, and the count goes to 1-1. July 27th was initially their day off, but they have to make up a rained-out game against Medicine Hat, so it's now a 3-game series, just like in the big leagues, against the Mavericks. First home game on a day where it was supposed to be their first day off in a bit. 1-2 is the count now. But this is the ultimate test of fortitude for any team. If you can handle the long road trip, the longest one of the season, then you're looking pretty good. And so far, Saskatoon has done just that, as they are a perfect 3-0. Down on strikes is Murdoch. That's the 4th K for Britain here in this game. Two down, and that will bring up Gail Salinas, who is 0 for 2. One of the 4 strikeout victims. He's also grounded out to short. Earlier on the road trip, they swept the 2 games against Medicine Hat. 7-5 victory to start. It was a close one, and then the next game they burst out for 17 against the Mavericks, and then 17 against Energy City. So in just 3 games to start the trip, Saskatoon had already scored over 40 runs. They're up to 46 now. When you tack on the 5 they've scored already here. 1-0 count on Salinas, as he powers this one out into center field. That's a base hit. That's going to score 1. That's going to score 2. Gail Salinas with a 2-run single. And that will make it 7-1 for Saskatoon. So in all 4 games to start their road trip, Saskatoon has scored at least 7 runs in each one. Offensive dynamos, they sure are. I'll bring up Mason Rowell, who has reached base both times he's been out to bat, hit by pitch, and a single. That came his last time up. Going for the home run on that first pitch. Waves right through it. Britton comes set and is ready to deal 0-1. Runner not going, finds the corner of the zone, 0-2. Should the inning continue, Nathan Houston on deck. He hasn't had a great start to this contest so far. Britton trying to get out of the inning here. The 0-2. On the way from Britton is up and too far up. That hits Mason Rowell. He's been hit twice in this game alone. The bat slam and frustration pretty well said it all about how he feels. He'll get aboard, and there's runners on first and second with 2 outs. Nathan Houston has been terrorized by one fielder in particular. Carson Burnett has had his number to start, as that pitch is down low for ball 1. Houston popped out to Burnett to end the first inning, top of the first, and then hit into a line drive double play in the top of the third. 2-0 here as he jumps ahead on Britton. He did get ahead 3-1 in that first at bat, and then just couldn't get good contact on the pop out. Here's 2-0. He goes after that one and misses. For Saskatoon, by the way, these games against the Cactus Rats, Giants, and Gulls are the last ones they will have against the West Division. They lead this one 7-1 after 4 innings. We'll go to the bottom half.
What was that out?
This July, the Okotoks Dogs and Baseball Canada will host the Road to Okotoks and the Morneau Cup National Championship at the Seaman Stadium Complex from July 14th to 19th. Come watch the top 16 youth baseball teams from across the country. These are the future stars of Canadian baseball, tomorrow's collegiate standouts and professional players, all chasing a national championship. Don't miss a week of elite competition, unforgettable moments, and the future of Canadian baseball in Okotoks.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
Bottom of the 4th inning as Saskatoon leads 7-1 here on the RGC Cactus Rats. 4, 5, and 6 in the order due up for the home side, right in the heart of their order. Steve Furman, his last time up, flew out to right field. Cactus Rats in that first inning had 3 consecutive base hits to start off and had a chance to score more than just the 1 run they came away with, but unable to cash in. This one is powered into shallow left center field. Almost losing in the sun, but keeping up with his Laird. 1 pitch, 1 out. So 1 quick out, and second time through the order, Landerville is really having the Cactus Rats number. Only 1 batter has seen more than 1 pitch in their at bat. Trying to change that here will be Luke Wilson. And he doesn't change it, but not for the way he intended, as that one will hit him on the backside, so he's aboard. That is the first batter to reach for the Cactus Rats, not by a single, but by something like a walk or hit by pitch. Wilson is aboard. And the next batter jumps on the first pitch to second one. They won't get the relay throw. A good put into play by Caden Allen. And it'll be a 6-4 fielder's choice to keep the inning going. So Allen will be aboard. Wilson retired on the fielder's choice. I'll bring up the number 7 hitter, Dan Kawanishi. Kawanishi had a marathon at-bat his first time up. It took 9 pitches for Landerville to put him away on strikes. Jumps ahead with the first pitch, 0-1 the count. Kawanishi in that bat did jump ahead 2-0. Landerville evened the count up, but then could not easily get him out of wild pitches. That one will get away from Marion, and into second is Caden Allen. So runner in scoring position here. Chance for Kawanishi to maybe bring home another run. Oh no, it looks like it actually hit him. My apologies. So that is the second hit by pitch this inning. Didn't think we would see it play out this way for Landerville. He cruised through the second and third innings. He retired 10 in a row before this one started, but now he's hit 2 batters. De Los Angeles steps in and takes the first pitch for a ball. Kawanishi at first. Caden Allen at second. Cactus Rats trying to at least get one of those runs back here in this inning. Fouled off is that pitch, 1-1 the count. And I'm hoping I'm pronouncing his name right. I'm looking kind of at the major leagues, players like De La Cruz and De Los Santos. They might have Caden Allen in a rundown. He's going to try and fake out the pitcher, but he is ultimately out. So that will end the inning as Caden Allen got caught in no man's land. And we'll go to the 5th inning. It's still 7-1 Saskatoon.
Have you ever wondered if there's one thing that connects people from across our province? Something that connects the coffee shop to the spray park, or the brewery to the rodeo, the campground to the sports field. It's pretty amazing when you think about how it's all connected, because it truly is. And it's all we think about, so you don't have to.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
Yo, Dustin Wolf. You going?
Yes.
Can I join you guys? All right, let's go.
Whether it's on the ice or on our app, always play for the fun of the game. Gamble responsibly with Play Alberta.
(7-1) is our score. The Saskatoon Berries lead over the Energy State Cactus Rats as we go to the 5th inning. Mitchell Britton into his 5th inning of work. And he will get a look at 6, 7, and 8 in the order once again. So Aiden Marion will be the first batter. Marion has been 0 for 2 so far. He's grounded out and struck out. And he'll take the first pitch for a strike. Again, Marion did not play last night. Starting catcher was Gavin Panks. Panks getting the night off here as Marion dribbles that right out in front of home plate. And the catcher for the Cactus Rats will record the out, that being Casey Prechak. 1 out on just 2 pitches.
Number 28, first baseman, Nick Stinson.
So Nick Stinson, both him and Nick Cote have reached base in their each of their first two plate appearances. Stinson, a walk on 4 pitches and then reached on an error his last time up. First pitch on the way from Britton is in the dirt. Britton trying to build off a good start here to this inning. Looking to retire Stinson for the first time. Pitch finds the bottom of the zone. That's been the most difficult pitch to execute. That and the very top of the strike zone have been hard to find, but Britton's finding it now. 1-1 the count on Stinson. Swung on and missed. Just like that, Britton's ahead. Of course, we're seeing the different uniforms from the teams tonight. They had a little bit of fun with it last night. Saskatoon rocked their purple alternates. The Cactus Rats with the blue with lime green trim alternates. We got a look at those at home for the first time. That one's scorched foul right into the netting in front of us as Stinson stays alive. And now we're back to more traditional quote-unquote home and away unis here. And Saskatoon's away uniform primarily is a light blue jersey, which we've seen by several teams over the years. Even the Blue Jays have a baby blue uniform as part of their collection as the count runs to 2-2. And it generated some interest last year as the Phillies lobbied to make that their primary away uniform for the playoffs. And we're looking at the history of blue uniforms here in MLB as down on strikes goes Stinson. That's 5 strikeouts for Britain, and there's 2 away. I'll bring up Nick Cote with the bases empty, 2 away. Cote has a base hit and a walk. So officially 1 for 1. He'll take the first pitch down below the zone. And when you think about the origins, so the first team to wear it apparently was the Cubs in 1941. And that's why you see that as kind of their retro jersey this year, as it's directly inspired by the 1940s. Cote powers this into right center field. Furman under it makes the catch. We'll have more about baby blue jerseys when we go to the bottom of the 5th. 1, 2, 3. Go the Berries in the top half, still 7-1.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
Yo, Dustin, you ain't going?
Yes. Can I join you guys? All right, let's go.
Whether it's on the ice or on our app, always play for the fun of the game. Gamble responsibly with Play Alberta.
We go to the bottom of the 5th, and after Darlin de Los Angeles had his last plate appearance cut short, Caden Allen was caught stealing. He'll get to bat here to lead things off and takes the first pitch for a strike. So the baby blue jersey tradition in MLB began with the Cubs. That makes a lot of sense. The Brooklyn Dodgers apparently were the next team in the 1940s to try it out. And then, of course, as most people remember, in the quote-unquote modern era, the first team to really lean into that was the Montreal Expos. They didn't have very many days where they wore the gray jersey, as down on strikes is De Los Angeles for the first out. Casey Prechak will get in that bat here. He popped down into shallow right field his last time up. And the first pitch is called for ball 1. So the Expos in 1969 came out with the powder blues, and then a lot of teams followed suit throughout the 1970s. This one's lined right at Salinas, and he is planted in perfect position to make the catch. 2 down. So back to the top of the order, Dave Simmons, 1 for 2. He's got a base hit and grounded out his last time up to third. Simmons awaits the first pitch, jumps on it, and pops this up just within fair territory. Nick Stintzel will make the catch. 3 up, 3 down again. We're cruising through this one. We'll go to the top of the 6th. Still 7-1.
Yo, Dustin, you going?
Yes.
Can I join you guys? All right, let's go.
Whether it's on the ice or on our app, always play for the fun of the game. Gamble responsibly with Play Alberta.
For more than 40 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
Well, we're getting through everything here pretty lickety-split today. Top of the 6th already. Mitchell Britton back out there for another inning of work. He got through the 5th in order, and it only took him 10 pitches. Nash Nichols, the number 9 hitter, will lead things off for Saskatoon this inning. Nichols on the day has grounded into a fielder's choice. He struck out his last time up and takes the first pitch for a strike. And put a cap to the topic of the past inning plus. The powder blue uniforms in the 1980 World Series, both the Phillies and the Royals had a powder blue jersey as their away uniform. This one's powered out into left field. That's back at the wall. That's gone. Back-to-back games with a home run for Nash Nichols as he continues to rake, and it's now 8-1. So he takes a round trip for the second time in less than 24 hours, and that will turn the lineup over. Brock Laird has reached base all 3 times he's been up to bat, 3 RBIs. He's got a single, a double, and a walk. Berries have homered twice in this evening's game. First pitch in the dirt for ball 1. And then, of course, today you got, in Major League Baseball, you've got quite a lot of teams wearing powder blue. That one bounced up and caught the home plate umpire. He's going to have to take a moment to walk that off. That was in the dirt and then bounced up. Oh, that didn't even get into the dirt. That was simply a passed ball by the catcher, Prechak, and it nailed the home plate umpire. Corey Davis is the home plate umpire. It looks like he'll be able to walk that off, thankfully. Put some dirt on it. So in the process, the count goes 2-0. Davis will get right back behind the dish and look no worse for wear, fortunately. Laird, meanwhile, trying to get aboard for the 4th time tonight. He has been a difficult one to get out throughout these 2 games. I'll smoke that one foul over the screen. Britton pitching into the 6th inning here. He's helped to give the Cactus Rats bullpen a little bit of a breather at the very least, as that pitch misses upstairs, 3-1. Of course, both starters last night only pitched into the 5th and then were done. Nakajima for the Cactus Rats threw 4 2/3, 4 1/3. On the opposite end, that one will be popped out to the shortstop Kawanishi, and for the first time tonight, Laird's retired.
Number 34, left fielder, Ethan Murdoch.
One away for Ethan Murdoch, who is 1 for 3 with a home run of his own. He's also flown out and struck out. And before he bats, I think that will be all for Britton, who will go 5 1/3 and be lifted in favor of a reliever. We'll have the new pitcher for you when we come back.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
Now pitching for your Cactus Rats, number 34, Rogan
New pitcher into the game for the Cactus Rats will be Rogan Holditch. He'll come in here in the 6th inning, 5 1/3 for the starting pitcher, Mitchell Britton. He'll leave, unfortunately, in line for the loss, but given he hadn't thrown an inning and a third in more than that in any of his previous outings, get 5 1/3 out of him is pretty decent. 0-1 the count. And that pitch missing inside for ball 1. So through 5 1/3, Britton gives up 8 runs on 7 hits. He did walk 3 batters, but struck out 5 in the process. As that pitch, they want the call but don't get it. 2-1. Murdoch trying to get aboard, and he's taken a couple of good pitches in a row to jump ahead 3-1. Gale Salinas is on deck. He had 2-run single his last time up. And he'll get a chance to bat with a runner aboard as Murdoch's aboard for the second time. He'll take a walk. Salinas didn't have the greatest first couple of plate appearances, strikeout and a ground out, but managed to get a pitch to hit in his third plate appearance. First pitch will find the zone. There's one away here in the top of the sixth inning. Holditch on in relief. Looking to give the Cactus Rats some length, as that was part of the reason Britton was able to go 5 1/3, or why they're happy that he did, is they have been wearing the bullpen a little thin, especially last night when starting pitcher Nakajima couldn't even make it out of the fifth, although neither of the two starting pitchers did. The 1-1 is powered on the ground, and it eats up the second baseman. De Los Angeles could not handle that one, and likely an error on the play. So it's first and second with one out, and the other guy that has not been put down just yet, Mason Rowell, although you ask him, he wishes maybe for a slight bit of a different outcome, as he's been hit by a pitch twice. In addition to the base hit he's recorded, takes the first pitch for a strike. Anytime I see a batter take more than one hit by pitch in a game, it reminds me of Major Leaguer Ty France, who became pretty widely known for always somehow getting hit by a pitch, like the ball was attracted to some sort of magnet within him. And it would always be like one of the more popular posts on social media when it was Ty France gets hit multiple times again. This ball is out into the outfield for a base hit, and it will plate another run, as coming around to score is Murdoch. He'll coast into home safely. RBI double for Rowell, who has been aboard all 4 times he's come out to bat. So the Berries lead 9-1 now, and I'll bring up the number 5 hitter, Nathan Houston. Salinas on at third, Rowell at second. 2 runs in scoring position, and still just 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Pitch on the way from Holditch, the first pitch. It's popped up into left field. This will probably do the job for another run. Catch is made. Throw back in to home is not in time, although they made it a little interesting, but that will be a sacrifice fly, and it's now 10-1. So the out recorded by the left fielder Haruta Endo, and he gave it a good try to get back into home in time, but unable to do so. At least forces Rowell to hold at second. First pitch is a strike in there to Aiden Marion, who is 0 for 3. Pair of groundouts and a strikeout. Three runs are in here in the inning, and now a hit by pitch. So for the first time in this evening's game, Aiden Marion is aboard.
Number 28, Stinson.
Nick Stinson has reached base twice. On a walk and an error, he struck out his last time up. 3 runs are in here in the top of the 6th inning. It's a 10-1 Berries lead. The first pitch is taken for a strike. Roel on at second. And Marion on at first. Swung on and missed. And ahead in the count 0-2 is Holditch. Should Stinson reach base, Nick Cote on deck. Is 1 for 2 plus a walk. Here's the 0-2 pitch. This one's popped up. No, he did not even get a piece of it. So a strikeout recorded. That ends the inning, but 3-run score for Saskatoon. It's a 10-1 game. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
Get ready for the sweetest baseball event in Canada. All the very best players from around the WCBL will be in the very best city for the 2026 All-Star Weekend. Don't be sour. Get your tickets to the summer's biggest baseball event now.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play.
Zachary Landerville still out there as we head into the bottom of the 6th inning. He'll face 2, 3, and 4 in the order as Haruta Endo will take the first pitch for a strike. Great opportunity here for Saskatoon to really make the top of the East Division race look interesting as the count goes to 0-2. Following the win last night, they entered play a game out of first place, and Moose Jaw, who leads in the East Division, is not playing until tomorrow. So if the Berries can get a win here, they'll only be a half game out of first place. Nice play made there in the bullpen by the Cactus Rats players. 0-2 remains the count. But Moose Jaw at 30-11, currently leading. So Saskatoon would get to 30 wins on the season here. Is down on strikes Zendo. That's the third strikeout of the game for Landerville. There's one away. Oh, sorry, no, sorry.
No, it's called.
Okay.
Called strike.
Yeah, that's on me.
Called strike backwards.
So with one away, Carson Burnett has an RBI base hit. He's 1 for 2. And takes first pitch for a strike. So if Saskatoon wins, that'll be their 30th win of the season, and they'll just have the additional loss in their record. Moose Jaw game in hand. They'll have to be played later on. Swung on and missed. The count goes to 0-2. So things will get really interesting there. And both Moose Jaw and Saskatoon have run differentials above 100. So if that ends up being a playoff series, it's bound to be some entertaining baseball. Oh, and 2. Pitch on the way to Burnett. He takes it inside. As far as games that are going on tonight, even if Moose Jaw is not playing, got some other scores. Good game between Swift Current and Medicine Hat. They are tied at 4. That's only in the bottom of the second. Burnett down swinging, back-to-back Ks for the starting pitcher, Zachary Landerville. Steve Furman is 0 for 2 so far. He's flown out and popped out. He'll come up to bat here. Okotoks and Lethbridge, they've gone to the bottom of the third inning so far, with the Dogs leading 3-0. Sylvan Lake and Fort McMurray in the top of the second. The Giants lead 2-0. And of course, the Giants, Bombers, and Cactus Rats still have a lot to play for out in the West as the count goes to 0-2. And then the Regina Red Sox, bottom of the first, they already have a 1-0 lead on Weyburn. Although the home side, they're threatening with a couple runners in scoring position. Landerville deals, and that gets the swing and a miss from Fermin. So Landerville strikes out the side. We'll go to the top of the 7th. It's a 10-1 Barry's lead.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
Get ready for the sweetest baseball event in Canada. All the very best players from around the WCBL will be in the very best city for the 2026 All-Star Weekend. Don't be sour. Get your tickets to the summer's biggest baseball event now.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play.
We'll go to the top of the 7th, and after getting the last couple outs of that top of the 6th inning, Rogan Holditch will be back out there for another inning of relief. They'll They'll face 8, 9, and 1 in the order. So Nick Cote is the first batter. Pitch is upstairs, finds the zone. Count goes to 0-1. Of course, the Cactus Rats have a doubleheader tomorrow against the Sylvan Lake Gulls, so kind of want to save all of their arms, as many of them as they can. So the count goes to 1-1. Sylvan Lake, of course, losing right now to Fort McMurray. That's on the road, and the Gulls have to come back through the Capital Region, so that's why they're playing the doubleheader tomorrow. But when you got a doubleheader on deck, you just kind of want to have the bullpen as fresh and ready to go as possible, especially for an in-division game, where you want to get you either want to get both wins or at the very least split the doubleheader. And they got what they needed out of Mitchell Britton. He gave them 5 in the third, hoping for some length from Holditch, as this one's powered out to left field off the base of the wall. Cote will chug into second. He's got a 2-hit game. He's been aboard 3 times.
Number 3, right fielder, Nash Nichols.
And as we speak about all that, while Nash Nichols comes up to bat, not any action in either bullpen. So I think both teams are just content to ride this out with the men currently on the mound. Saskatoon, of course, has to continue their road trip. They're only in the middle of it, and then the doubleheader for the Cactus Rats at home tomorrow. Nichols jumps ahead 1-0. As Holditch deals and misses again. Having trouble finding the zone all of a sudden. Top of the order looms on deck. Brock Laird, they managed to get him out of his last plate appearance, but he's been a tough one to get out. That one's powered into center field. That's going to get down. That's going to be back-to-back doubles to start the 7th inning. Another RBI for Nash Nichols. He's got 2 of them on the game, and it's 11-1.
Number 2, Brock Laird.
So Brock Laird is 2 for 3 plus a walk. He'll take that one outside. Now there will be some activity in the Cactus Rats bullpen, because even though they want to try and preserve some of their arms, they still have to get through this game at the very least. Foul tip into the catcher's mitt brings the count to 1-1. But nothing on the Saskatoon side, and why would you have your bullpen going when Landerville has given up just 1 run through 6 complete? Pitch on the way, a swing and a miss, and the count goes to 1-2. Nichols stands in at second, just shallow lead off the bag. Laird trying to bring him home. 1 run in the inning already, and the pitch on the way from Holditch is just below the zone. Looked like a good one. They don't get the call, and the count is 2-2. So Holditch will try it all over again. And he'll hit Laird, who will be aboard for the 4th time in this game. First and second, still nobody out here in the inning. Ethan Murdoch will come up to bat. Erie as homered, but is 1 for 3 plus a walk. Takes the first pitch for ball 1. Two and 0. After tomorrow, the Cactus Rats do have an off day scheduled for Friday, and then 4 in a row immediately following that. It's the longest homestand of the season here for the Cactus Rats, even with that doubleheader that had been scheduled for Monday being postponed. 3-0 the count here on Murdoch. Even considering that, that's still a total of 9 games being played over this homestand. That pitch will find the zone. The count goes 3-1. Well, what the Cactus Rats would like as far as the out-of-town scoreboard, they would like a Fort McMurray win. Really put the pressure on Sylvan Lake. Throw to second. They'll get the force out there as De Los Angeles receives the pass from Kawanishi. So it'll be first and third, but 1 out now. Six-4 on the fielder's choice. I'll bring up Gail Salinas. Salinas has reached base in each of the last 2 times he's been up. A 2-run single and reaching on error. And he'll foul that one off to fall behind 0-1. In case you're wondering about the standings in the West Division, because we spend enough time talking about that tight race in the East, as the count goes to 1-1. Cactus Rats still have that 4th and final spot in their grasp. Brooks and Fort McMurray have not been able to buy very many wins on the season between the two of them. 2-1 the count. And so as long as the Cactus Rats can take care of business on their own and maybe face a depleted Sylvan Lake bullpen, this one's powered out into center field. I'll bring home another run. The score is now 12-1. RBI single for Salinas. He's got 3 RBIs on the day.
Center fielder number 11, Nathan Houston.
Mason Roel will be the next batter. And before he gets a chance to bat, we'll have a pitching change. We'll be right back.
The live sports experience is changing. Teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment. IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
Yo, Dustin Wolf. You need a goalie?
Yes.
Can I join you guys? All right, let's go.
Whether it's on the ice or on our app, always play for the fun of the game. Gamble responsibly with Play Alberta.
For more than 40 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
They scored at least 7 runs in each of those 4 games. Like, they are just a powerful...
They were a powerhouse last year, if I remember right.
I can't remember last year, but I just feel this year they've scored a boatload of runs. I don't know, David Simmons ended up doing.
Dave hasn't had a single home run for me since I've been here. Like, what the hell? You had to go to Saskatoon. I guess so, yeah. Yeah, he was national there. But, yeah, because he was getting served. All right, Blue. You were such a
New pitcher into the game for the Cactus Rats will be the right-hander Sidney Fillenberg. Two runs are already in here in the top of the 7th inning, and Fillenberg will come in to try and get the last 2 outs. Holditch only lasts 1 complete inning by stats. First and second, 1 out, 12-1 score, and the first pitch is in there for a strike. Mason Rowell is the batter. He's reached base all 4 times he's been up to bat. Twice hit by pitch, single and a double. 1-1 the count. And the advantage going back to the West Division standings that we've mentioned a couple times already last night. Cactus Rats have a number of games in hand on both Brooks and Fort McMurray. So further to the point of if they can just take care of business on their own, they'll be good. And preferably some help in using up the Sylvan Lake bullpen would be appreciated. This one's powered out into left center field. That's going to get down. That's up against the wall. 1 run will score, and it's now a 13-1 lead for Saskatoon. RBI double for Mason Rowell. That's back-to-back at-bats with an RBI double for him. And for Mason Rowell, those are RBI 16 and 17 on the season. First pitch to Houston is in there for a strike. Houston has sac fly in his last at bat. He has not reached base yet, but has at least brought in that run. Count goes to 1-1. Salinas at third, Rowell at second. This powered into right center field and unable to make the catch is Fermin. That's going to score one, that's going to score two. And turning it into a triple is Nathan Houston. There's a way to get on base for the first time. And he'll played a couple runs in the process.
Now batting for the Berries, number 14, Aiden Aaron.
Well, this is a batter round inning. We're getting very close to it. As the number 6 hitter, Aiden Marion, is the 9th batter to the plate. Well, he started with a first pitch strike. Pitch on the way, that's in the dirt, and it does not get away far enough for Houston to come around to score. This inning was all started. Correction, this is actually the 8th batter, Marion. This inning was all started by Nick Cote hitting a double. Nash Nichols following up with the 2-bagger of his own. Marion will get back into the box. Pitch on the way is upstairs, 2-1. Three and one as that one finds the dirt. So the only one who hasn't had an at-bat in this inning is Nick Stinson. Struck out to end the top of the 6th. He's on deck. This one's powered on the ground, scooped up by Simmons. The throw to first will be dug out by Burnett. That's the second out of the inning. A run will score on the play. RBI ground out. And there's 2 away.
Now batting number 20,
Base is empty and Nick Stinson will come up to bat. Powers that on the ground. Burnett takes that hard. Stinson will be aboard, but the concern is for Burnett. That bounced off his glove right up high on his head area. It's back up to his feet, but clearly shaken up. Well, at the very least, he looks like he'll be okay, and that's a good sign. But this is now a bat-around inning. 10th batter to the plate, Nick Cote, started everything off with a double. Here's the first pitch on the way to Cote. It misses upstairs. 4-1. Fillenberg trying to get the 3rd out here in this top of the 7th. If the game wasn't out of reach entering this inning, it pretty well is now. 2-0 the count. Make it 3-0. Nash Nichols on deck. RBI double his last time up. Ian Cote got this 6-run inning all started. Villenberg finds his own with strike 3-1. Pitch on the way is down low, and that'll be a walk. Cote aboard again. Good to see Carson Burnett at least having a chuckle over that play. Laughing it off, so he's clearly able to walk that off, and that's a really good sign. Nash Nichols bats with runners at first and second, 2 outs. He'll take the first pitch for a strike. 11th man to the plate in this inning.
Hey, kill Saul.
Pitch on the way from Villenberg, and it's in there for a strike. He jumps ahead 0-2. Can he get one more strike to end things? Yes, he can. Strike 3 called. They'll put an end to the inning, but Saskatoon adds on 6 more runs. Time to stretch. Big lead for the Berries.
Yo, Dustin, you ain't going?
Yes.
Can I join you guys? All right, let's go.
Whether it's on the ice or on our app, always play for the fun of the game. Gamble responsibly with Play Alberta.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
Get ready for the sweetest baseball event in Canada. All the very best players from around the WCBL will be in the very best city for the 2026 All-Star Weekend. Don't be sour. Get your tickets to the summer's biggest baseball event now.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play.
New pitcher. No, 50. Yeah. New pitcher into the game for the Saskatoon Berries. As we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, Jackson Frazier, who has only thrown 3 1/3 innings to this point, he'll get some action here as first pitch misses for ball 1. 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Cactus Rats. I'll be Wilson, Allen, and Kawanishi as the count goes to 1-1. So the final stat line for Zachary Landerville. He goes 6 strong innings, giving up just 1 run on 3 hits, didn't walk anybody, and struck out 4. Just an absolutely solid outing from Landerville. And both starting pitchers pitching into the 6th inning today instead of the 5th, which we saw in last night's game. 3-1 the count. Wilson trying to get aboard here. He's 0 for 1 plus a hit by pitch so far. And he will reach for the second time. So runner aboard, nobody out, and Caden Allen will come up to bat. Nick Daniluk will pinch run for the DH Wilson. As the count starts 0-1 on Allen.
Strike.
That one in the dirt, gets away. Daniluk will advance on the wild pitch. So we take a look back at the out-of-town scoreboard for you. Of course, there's a few other games besides this one going on. It's beautiful Wednesday across the WCBL. Daniluk will advance to third on a pass ball. Count goes 2-1. Mavericks have taken the lead against Swift Current 5-4. That one's in the top of the 4th. Dogs still leading 3-0 on the Lethbridge Bulls. That one is likely to be a preview of the West Division Final, as both the Dogs and the Bulls have just been crushing it throughout the season. We got to look at both teams. Earlier on in the season, we especially got to look at Lethbridge. Earlier on this month. 3-1 the count. Giants still lead, although Sylvan Lake is making that a close one. Bottom of the 3rd, Fort McMurray leading 3-2 on the goals. Pitch misses upstairs, ball 4, so back-to-back walks. And there's 2 aboard. And the other score that we've got, Regina still holding a 1-run lead on the Weyburn Beavers, although it's now 2-1. Swift Current, Medicine Hat, and Regina Weyburn are both top of the 4th, and then Okotoks Lethbridge is top of the 5th. Kawanishi comes up to bat and takes the first pitch for a ball. Misses again, 2-0. Frazier having trouble locating that strike zone here. Three and 0. Frazier trying to find the strike zone and try and find the first out here, but he's walked the first 3 batters of the inning. So that'll bring up Darlin de Los Angeles. pitching coach out for a visit as Frazier has walked the bases loaded with nobody out still. You're in the bottom of the 7th, and even though it's a big margin, you really don't want to let it get too out of hand. We'll see what De Los Angeles can do. Grand Slam would be nice right about now. Last night was the first game for Caden Allen, and he homered. Can De Los Angeles do something similar? He takes first pitch for a strike. Frazier set, deals. This one's on the ground. It's to first. They're going to throw to second and get the out there just barely. Run will score on the force. It'll be 4-6 put out. And there's one away, but now 16-2 score. So I'll bring up Casey Prechak, who is 0 for 2 so far. Home plate umpire Corey Davis just checking the lineup card to make sure everything's in order. Pinch runner has also come into the game, and he's going to take off. He's going to get in. That's Hiraku Ikeda, who will get in with the stolen base.
Thank you. I've been pronouncing it wrong the whole time. I said Hikaru, but yeah, that's also not correct.
So now it's second and third after Ikeda coming in as a pinch runner steals. And the count is 2-0 on Prechak. More action in the Barry's bullpen, by the way, as Reed Beck gets warmed up. 3-0 is the count. Frazier has recorded the first out here in the 7th, but still has a ways to go. He's going to walk the bases juiced once again. Well, I'll put it back to the top of the order. Dave Simmons is 1 for 3 with the base hit. He came around to score the first run of the game. All the way back in the first inning. First pitch is in there for a strike. Well, double play would get Saskatoon out of the inning. But the Cactus Rats trying to put some runs on the board. This one's golfed out into left field. That's going to be a base hit. That's going to score a run. All the other runners move up 90 feet. Dave Simmons has a pair of base hits. He's got an RBI now. Tidy little 2 for 4 day for David Simmons. And now Haruta Endo will come up to bat. 16-3 is the score now. And still just one out. There's the first pitch on the way for a strike to Endo. taken. First pitch was taken. Here's the 0-1 on the way, and that one's in the dirt. 1-1 the count. Frazier having trouble here with this bottom of the 7th inning. Presumably he was brought in here for a confidence boost. That ball gets away, but none of the runners will be able to advance. It's a 2-1 count. And instead of a confidence boost, he's only been able to find 1 out. Pitch on the way to Endo, and that's Joss, foul down the line by a couple of inches. So a 2-2 count. Frazier looking for the second out of the inning. Meanwhile, the Cactus Rats trying to at least make this a little closer of a game. This one will stay fair. Touch on first, a run will score. Endo's out, but he plates an RBI with the ground out, and it's a 16-4 score. There's 2 away. Carson Burnett has an RBI already. RBI single back in the first that drove home Simmons. Second and third with 2 outs. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Frazier comes set looking for the 3rd out of the inning. Throws that one in the dirt, 1-1. Both teams, of course, trying not to go too deep into their bullpens with games on deck tomorrow, as that one will find the zone, 1-2. Of course, Saskatoon still has to play each day for the next little while, and they got the next 2 up in Fort McMurray. The Cactus Rats have a doubleheader tomorrow before their day off. So they would like the pitcher is currently on the mounds to get them out of it. That ball will get away, and trying to score successfully doing so from third is the catcher, Casey Prechak. They'll come in. Simmons will advance up to third. 16-5 is the score. Well, we'll see if the Cactus Rats can make it a 5-run inning here. Reaching for that was Burnett. He'll foul it off. Sun starting to retreat behind the stadium's bleacher area. A swing and a miss for strike 3, and that will be all she wrote for the 7th inning. But the Cactus Rats do at least get 4 runs back. We'll go to the top of the 8th. It's 16-5, Barry's lead.
Hey baseball fans, make sure to stay up to date with your favorite teams across the league by subscribing to the WCBL YouTube channel right now. We have tons of free coverage for you over there, including daily highlights, full archived game broadcasts, daily game day previews, plus the WCBL report with myself and Joe McFarland every Wednesday. It's all in one spot, the WCBL YouTube channel. Subscribe today.
Get ready for the sweetest baseball event in Canada. All the very best players from around the WCBL will be in the very best city for the 2026 All-Star Weekend. Don't be sour. Get your tickets to the summer's biggest baseball event now.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, go play.
Oh, I'm guessing there's a reason they brought him in that spot, not in like a 5-3 game.
Leading off the Berries, number 2, Rockland.
Sydney Fillenberg will be right back out there for the Cactus Rats after he got the last couple outs in the top of the 7th inning. 16-5 is the score, and we will see the top 3 in the order for the Berries here in the top of the 8th inning. And the first pitch from Fillenberg is in there for a strike. Brock Laird up for a 6th time. He's only been retired once so far. He's reached base every other time. One and one count. Not much activity in either pen, and a little bit in the Berries one, but nothing for the Cactus Rats, as of course they're trying to preserve their arms. That pitch fouled off, 1-2 the count. Set of 7-inning doubleheaders against Sylvan Lake on tap tomorrow. Pitch misses downstairs, 2-2. Pitch on the way, misses, and the count runs full. After the games tomorrow, Cactus Rats will still be at home, but it'll be against Lethbridge. Pitch is fouled off, and the count remains full. 3-game series against Lethbridge. It'll be 5:05 on Saturday, and then a doubleheader Sunday is currently scheduled. And then you have the Regina Red Sox in town for a couple. As a walk issued to Laird, he's aboard for the 5th time.
Now batting, number 47, Michael Saul.
Well, Michael Saul will get in at bat here as Saskatoon will get through some of their bench players. It is not Michael Saul, by the way. I looking this one up. Kilsaw. Kilsaw will take the first pitch for a ball. Has not appeared in either of these 2 games, but now he'll get a look here. In the top of the 8th, the game pretty well out of reach. That pitch way upstairs and snared by the catcher, Prechak. 2-0. So that'll be an interesting set of games. Lethbridge, of course, they're in the West Division. Pitch is fouled off, 2-1. And then Regina also is 3rd in their division. So not an easy homestand. But the Cactus Rats will try and make do with what they've been given, see how many wins they can get out of it. Tomorrow especially will be a good opportunity for that with the 7-inning doubleheaders. 3-1 count. For what it's worth, Regina, even though they're in third in the East Division, the bottom 4 teams are all under 500 as a walk issued to Kilshaw. So
Now batting number 2, Gail Sullivan.
visit at the mound after back-to-back walks to start the inning. As they try to get Fillenberg through this 8th inning at the very least. We're looking ahead to our Regina series. 17-23. They are currently in third by a half game over Weyburn, which makes that game even more competitive. By the way, Red Sox, last we checked, still leading. They have a 3-1 edge now. But the run differential is really where you see that it's not the greatest. -24. They have won 4 in a row, so they're getting back closer to even, but it was not a great start to the season for Regina. As the count starts off 1-0 on Salinas. But before you get to that series, you got to get through the teams in your division. Sylvan Lake and Lethbridge on tap. As that one finds the zone for a strike, 1-1. Fillenberg comes set, deals, and that one will be in the dirt, 2-1. Is the count. At the very least, it does feel good, though, to be consistently at home. There's been a lot of road trips, and then when home games have been scheduled so far this season, they've been rained out as that pitch hits Salinas, and so the bases are juiced with nobody out.
Now batting for the baseman, number 24, Mason Royal.
Mason Rowell up to bat. He has RBI doubles in each of his last 2 at-bats. But that month of June, pretty well across the WCBL, was just a completely wet and wild one. So really threw a wrench into all the best laid plans of mice and men, so to speak. First pitch is in there for a strike. That's why, even though it might be a little bit on the hotter side today than it has been the past couple, still by comparison, very nice weather as opposed to what we had. A little excuse me foul there, and the count goes to 0-2. Temperature is 28 degrees at first pitch. Might be a little hotter tomorrow and then on the weekend, but cover those when we get there. This one rolls up the third base line. Wild pitch, and that'll allow a run to score. So it's second and third now, and 17-5 is the score. Fillenberg still looking for an out here in the inning. As he deals upstairs, 2-2. Activity in the Cactus Rats bullpen, even though they probably wish it didn't come to this. Villenberg, the 2-2, is golfed out into left field. This one's tracking foul. Not by much, but does go just to the left of the pole, and we'll have another 2-2 pitch forthcoming. And that pitch hits him on the backside, so Rowell has been hit 3 times tonight. Bases are loaded once again. So once again, Nathan Houston up to bat. And last night, Weyburn did score more runs than Sylvan Lake has in this game. And in last night's game in turn, as the pitch is fouled off. The Beavers won against Swift Current last night by a count of 21-2. So we still got a bit of a ways before that becomes a reality. Meanwhile, Medicine Hat has also plated 10 runs tonight. They lead 10-4 in the top of the 5th. Oh, 0-2 the count. Fillenberg still looking for the first out. All 4 of the first batters have reached without a hit. Pitch is fouled off. Laird led things off with a walk. He's coming to score already. Ethan Murdoch walked and then hit by pitches to, that Killshot walked and then hit by pitches to Salinas and Rowell. Pitches bounced in the dirt. 1-2. Must be one of the most painful feelings, though, to be hit 3 times in a game, which is what has happened to Rowell. This one's powered out into right center field. Should be good for the first out of the inning as Fermin makes the catch and tosses it back quickly into the infield. There's one away. Aiden Marion had an RBI ground out his last time up. And the first pitch just misses inside for ball 1. Double play ball would be good right here to put an end to this inning. This one is smoked out into right field. That's a base hit. Add 90 feet for everybody and another run for Saskatoon.
Number 26.
And we'll have a new pitcher as a result coming into the game, so we'll have that for you when we get back.
This July, the Okotoks Dogs and Baseball Canada will host the Road to Okotoks and the Morneau Cup National Championship at the Seaman Stadium Complex from July 14th to 19th. Come watch the top 16 youth baseball teams from across the country. These are the future stars of Canadian baseball, tomorrow's collegiate standouts and professional players, all chasing a national championship. Don't miss a week of elite competition, unforgettable moments, and the future of Canadian baseball in Okotoks.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
New pitcher into the game for the Energy City Cactus Rats will be the left-hander Taven Anderson. Bit of a familiar face. He's been around all season. It'll be up to him to get the final 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. Couple runs are already in, and the bases remain loaded with Nick Stinson, the number 7 batter, coming up here in the top of the 8th. Anderson's first pitch. Hefty swing and a miss on that from Stinson. He was trying to go out of the park and surpass that run total we mentioned last night for Weyburn. Anderson deals the next pitch in the dirt, 1-1. Anderson so far on the season has only thrown 3 innings total. Last time was against the Gulls, and that was back on July 4th. 2 innings, he gave up 5 runs, but just 2 hits. He threw 50 pitches in that last outing as that finds top of the zone, 2-2 the count. But overall on the season, just in 3 innings, he's thrown just 3 hits allowed by Anderson. So hoping that he's the right pitcher for the job. Ball goes in the dirt, and the count runs full. Full count, 1 out, bases loaded. Anderson's pitch is powered right into center field for a base hit. Another 90 feet and another run for the Berries.
Designated hitter, Nick Cote.
Nick Cote drew a walk his last time up. He's only been retired once. He is 2 for 3 officially. He's got a pair of walks. That pitch is in there for a strike. Pitch upstairs, 1-1. There aren't many players out of the bullpen that we can say for the Cactus Rats have been around all season as the count goes 2-1, but obviously Anderson is one of them. Pitch on the way, that's smacked on the ground and out into left field for a base hit. And that will be a 2-run single, 21-5. Well, here's a little bit of hope is that Nash Nichols struck out to end the top of the 7th his last time up. He takes first pitch for a strike. Oh, and 2 the count as Nichols swinging for that. Anderson has not officially been credited with a decision yet as strike 3 called. Nichols down on strikes in back-to-back plate appearances. And there's 2 away. Bat around inning again, and top of the order, we'll see Brock Laird have a 7th plate appearance. And he'll take the first pitch in there for a strike. First and third with 2 outs. Pitch is fouled off. 0-2, and Anderson a strike away from getting out of this inning. Pitch upstairs and does not get the call. 1-2. Here's the 1-2 on the way. It's down in the dirt. Anderson just trying to find the final out here at the top of the 8th inning. Two is powered out, and a nice diving play by Kawanishi to record the final out of the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th.
This July, the Okotoks Dogs and Baseball Canada will host the Road to Okotoks and the Morneau Cup National Championship at the Seaman Stadium Complex from July 14th to 19th. Come watch the top 16 youth baseball teams from across the country. These are the future stars of Canadian baseball, tomorrow's collegiate standouts and professional players, all chasing a national championship. Don't miss a week of elite competition, unforgettable moments, and the future of Canadian baseball in Okotoks.
For over a century, we've been more than just lawyers. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your strongest advocates. With 15 locations across the prairies, we're everywhere you are. Stringham, your local lawyers.
New pitcher into the game for the Saskatoon Berries will be the right-hander Reed Beck. He's thrown total 14 innings. Has been credited with the save on the season, giving up 13 runs on 13 hits. First pitch is in there for a ball. Does not catch the zone. 4, 5, and 6 due up in the order as swinging and fouling that off is Furman. Furman 0 for 3 on the evening. Fly out, pop out, and strikeout. This one on the ground. Snared it short by Laird. Throw to first is in time. And there's one away. Nice throw just in time, as we're seeing there by Laird.
Now batting number 36, Connor Phillips.
Connor Phillips will get an at-bat here. He pitched last night. Check that. It might not be Connor Phillips after all. 35. First pitch is in there for a strike. Ball's in the dirt. 1-1 the count. Good take on that. 2-1. Do not have a 35 listed in the stats section here, so we're still trying to figure out who this is. 2-2 is the count. Pitch on the way, and it's in there for strike 3. That's the second out of the inning. So Caden Allen has been aboard twice. He's grounded into a fielder's choice and walked. He's also struck out, and they'll foul the first pitch off. Barry's looking to put the finishing touches on this one. One more out will end the game as that pitch is fouled off. We found this out earlier in the month that there is the rule in the WCBL. If the lead is large enough after 8 innings, that's game. And that pitch will hit Allen, so he's aboard for another time tonight. Dan Kawanishi, it's been a true outcomes kind of night for him. He is struck out, walked, been hit by a pitch. First pitch to Kawanishi, misses for ball 1. He'll power this one out to right field. That's back at the wall. It's off the top of the wall. And so a ground rule double for Dan Kawanishi. He's aboard.
Second baseman, number 2,
So Darlin de Los Angeles will get another at bat. Oh wait, he was pinch run for by Hikaru Ikeda. So Ikeda will get his first at bat of the game. My apologies. Ikeda, his first at bat in this entire 2-game set, he fouls that first pitch off. Ikeda on the season hasn't had a great batting performance. He's looking to change that here as he puts a charge into it. Back at the wall. Carry, goodbye. Well, that's got to feel good for him. Hikaru Ikeda launches one out of here. That's a 3-run shot. It's 21-8. For Arcata, that's his 4th home run. So he'll take that. And Casey Brechak will get another at bat. Take the first pitch outside for ball 1. This pitch is turned inside out off the grass. The throw to first, and that will do it. So Cactus Rats managed to get 4 times through the order, and that will be all she wrote. The Berries come away with a 21-8 victory. They'll be on to Fort McMurray for 2 this Thursday and Friday. We'll be back here for a doubleheader here at Energy City Metro Ballpark against the Sylvan Lake Gulls. Should be a good set tomorrow. 3:05 and 5:35, the scheduled first pitches. We'll have those for you here. For now, this is Lexi McFarland saying have a great rest of your Wednesday evening.
I got a box of pizza for you. Cool.